The day of 11th April, I think, will go down in the history books of KZN. If a lot of people lost their loved ones, a lot of possessions went away during the flood.
Main roads across the city are shut and mudslides have destroyed many homes.
About 6 o'clock in the afternoon, the evening, we notice the rain is coming heavier.
Hope it slows down now.
Except I'm looking through the window, I can see the drains are filling. While I'm doing the notice, water is rising.
During the previous floods, this place was flooded, but we've never seen devastation at this magnitude.
Water rushing into houses and settlements.
In April 2022, the slow-moving storm brought long periods of heavy rain to KwaZulu-Natal, which caused flooding and mudslides in Durban and surrounding areas. The floods affected over 40,000 people and left a trail of destruction.
My name is Vin Naidu. The Putu, as you see in the background here, has stood the test of time. During the previous floods, this place was flooded, but we've never seen devastation at this magnitude.
Hi.
As you can see, that's the municipality working there.
Yeah.
They're busy trying to widen the river so we don't have more flood waters coming onto the verge. Alicia, this is basically all the destruction. In terms of the destruction, tell you what we've lost. We've lost our Navagara temple, we've lost our flagpole, our Dakshinamurti, and our Madre Viran idol that was gone. The only two deities are the ones behind me that have been saved in the floods. But yes, we are hoping that we're going to have a lot of sponsors coming forward with their services and also sponsors to acquire the new murtis. It's not going to be an overnight task. It is going to be a long term to rebuild and to acquire the new murtis.
Founded in 1954, the long-standing Umhlatuzana Temple in Karwastan has been through some floods, but never of this magnitude.
This temple has taught me that not everything is what it is. We're going to have our ups and downs. We're going to have our tragedies and celebrations, but at the end of the day, the temple is going to be here. When we are gone, the younger generation will come and it will still continue. We will have devotees continuing, and this is the only temple in Umhlatuzana Township. So we have a very close Hindu community.
Hinduism suffered drastically with the onset of the floods. Watching half the temple still standing amazes me. It's a surprise to see the age-old murtis still intact, especially the worship that is so close to the ground, the Putu.
This is the Putu. This was inside the mother's temple, and as you can see that when the building collapsed, this Putu was still intact. With the flood waters sweeping through this property, it still was intact. There was a concrete roof slab over the structure that fell down, but unfortunately there was protection underneath here where that slab didn't flatten the Putu. So this on its own tells you the power of the mother. Even during the previous floods, we had the same experience. This was untouched.
The rainwater swept away roads, bridges, power lines and entire buildings. It was heartbreaking to see such damage and hear the stories of the victims.
It's not very rich place. And this is the low-cost homes in Plain Street in Tongan. We are in this complex, it's municipality rented. We have 44 units. And being a low income, we are in a poverty place. We live as the days go by. And when the floods came in, we were devastated. About 6 o'clock during the afternoon, in the evening, we noticed the rain is coming heavier. And as the rain came, I kept on looking through the window. I said, you know what, I can see the drains are filling. So while the drains were filling, I said, no, I need to go and check if I can sweep, maybe the dirt we can push one way, that water at least can go through. I did that. While I'm doing that, I noticed water is rising. I took the broom, I started sweeping back. Started sweeping the water towards the riverside.
Suburb like Tongaat with almost 100,000 people was really saddened to see that the entire waterworks was washed away. People overnight were homeless. There was a story of a mum and her grandchildren were washed away. We visited those households, we visited the areas that were affected. People didn't bath for 3 weeks, sleeping in community halls in winter in the cold. I think the basic dignity, the basic right of people have been really affected. It is a real pain to understand what these people are going through in their lives.
It was dark. Thanks to reaction unit, they came. And thanks to Vishrup Temple, Naveen Pane, the trustee, the chairperson of the temple, he literally came, he started housed us immediately. He started taking all our people in. And when I went there, I saw all of them, shivering. We're all shivering. Because now you must know the teenagers started opening all the manholes for the water to go through. But the water wasn't going, it's still rising because why? The drainage was blocked. The sewers were blocked. So when all these things were, they tried to their best to save whatever they could, but they couldn't. Then because we have 44 units had to rush and go into the hall. But so happened that most of them took refuge into their families' homes. So we were 14 families that stayed into the hall, and we stayed there for 14 days.
Bayhead Road, guys. There's trucks in the water. There's a heister in the water. There's the canal, dead ahead.
Anybody heading to
Full canal.
Thousands of residents in KwaZulu-Natal are without safe drinking water due to the floods. Reports of water outages by affected residents have been flooding social media, with some people saying they have been without water for many days.
Where this is flowing, it's going to go now as well.